Hi, everybody. Thank you very much for sticking around towards the end of the day, the second day of the conference. As Rob Weir mentioned earlier, we know it's been a long 2 days, but we hope to keep you engaged for at least the next 20 to 30 minutes with this presentation. So again, my name is Trumbull Fisher, and I'm the CEO and Director of Green Shift Commodities. We are a battery and clean energy commodity company looking to help meet net zero goals. We have a ticker of GCOM listed on the TSX Venture. So why Green Shift? Well, this company will give you exposure to hard rock, pegmatite-hosted lithium discovery potential across the Americas. We have a robust pipeline of commodities that are crucial for the green movement. We are led by a strong team of capital markets as well as technical advisors that you'll see in this presentation. And we have a budget and work programs aimed at hard rock, lithium mineralization, and potentially new discoveries. So a brief little overview of some of our projects before we get into the nitty details of them. I'll start with Columbia, which is it's a multi-element deposit of uranium, 20 million pounds of uranium, and it also has nickel, vanadium, phosphate, and rare earths. This is 100% owned by us. There's been extensive exploration and money put into this project over a number of years, and there's very good existing infrastructure. The second project is our first project, or our first acquisition in Argentina. It is the Rio Negro project, and it is a hard rock lithium pegmatites. This is 100% owned, and it's an absolutely massive land size package of 500,000 hectares. Put that in perspective, it's 6 times the size of New York City. The claims stretch for 3 different provinces within Argentina. Our second project in Argentina is again a hard rock lithium project. We have 25% ownership. We are in discussions to expand this footprint, and we also have a ROFR on it. The interesting aspect of this is that it has an abundant amount of spodumene at the project, over 3 kilometers of strike length. There's the vast potential for a new discovery at St. Louis, and so we are very excited about that. We have recently acquired a project in Canada called the Armstrong Project. It's just outside of Thunder Bay, Ontario, and it is an option to own. It's very close to GT1's Seymour project, which has 13 spodumene-bearing pegmatites. So currently, we feel that we are sitting very much in for the foundation of success with Green Shift. We, as I stated, we have strong commodity fundamentals with both lithium and uranium. Lithium, of course, is used for the EV movement that we are all witnessing at hand in our neighborhoods, and as well the uranium, which is needed for baseload power. We have assets in proven districts, and with the potential for significant discoveries. There's been hundreds of spodumene-bearing pegmatites that have been mapped. And we have a large area in Rio Negro, as I mentioned, 500,000 hectares with average grade of 2% lithium in an area that has been explored. Deep leadership. So myself, I am mostly a capital markets background individual of running sales and trading teams, as well as being involved on the hedge fund side before switching over to the issuer side of the business. And I'm joined by some technical employees of the company, which have a combined experience of over 150 years experience. So we might have great assets, but the time has to be right. And we're all here to make money, and we really feel that there is no better time to be invested into Green Shift. One of the reasons is because we're currently sitting at a market cap of just under $7 million. We have $2 million of working capital consisting of cash and liquid securities that we could sell at any point. And we have a top shareholder in Mega Uranium, which, if you don't know, is led by Richard Patricio. Richard is a uranium bug, and he believes not only in our uranium asset in Colombia, but he also believes in the direction of this company going into the lithium space. In addition to Mega Uranium being a 10% holder, I am joined by Peter Mullins, who is an executive chairman of the company. Peter splits his time between Argentina and Australia. He has over 35 years of experience and was fundamental in the success of Laramide Resources and Aquiline. He manages our team in Argentina and is primarily the reason for a lot of these great asset acquisitions down there. Marty Tunney is a director of the company and a former investment banker and mining engineer. Michael Sedensky is a director and lawyer. And finally, John Ross is a CFO, or our CFO, with significant M&A experience. Well, I won't completely bore you with the need for lithium, but as I mentioned, I think we're all witnessing it around our neighborhoods. Every time I go home, I seem to see more and more Teslas driving around or more companies coming out with EV cars, so that I think the demand is going to continue. But what we have seen recently is a little bit of a slide in the lithium price. I believe that is a little bit of a road bump right now, and I think that the demand will exceed the supply as we go into the medium to longer term, just based on the fact that there's only 10 operating mines around the world. There simply is not enough supply of this material. One of the things that is driving the demand in the US is these gigafactories that are being built. Over the next 5 years, 13 of them are scheduled to be built, and a lot of these factories are relying on tax breaks to get the funding. As a result, to get the tax breaks, they need to secure the supply. They need to secure spodumene to be able to put these factories in place. So hard rock lithium, a lot of people are focused on really the two variances are the brines, the majors, in the hard rock. We're focused on hard rock simply because it's higher grade and lower production costs. There's a lower capital and shorter lead time to mine life. These HLO plants that need the spodumene. And one of the things that I like the most is, of course, the lower environmental footprint, because not only are we helping with ensuring a greener environment, but I like the fact that we're not impacting the world as much, or the environment. So, Argentina. Argentina is a top jurisdiction for lithium. There's 2 mines currently that have ties with BMW and with Toyota. There is multiple projects coming online, and there's a very, very supportive government down there for the lithium. They need to have some wins, they need to have employment, they need to have tax dollars. I've seen that firsthand through meetings that I've had with the government and just how supportive they are, and these meetings have taken place through our technical team and through Pete Mullins, who have the right connections down there. As I mentioned, with this dedicated technical team in Argentina that has a combined of 150 years of experience, some of the key individuals range from logistics managers to geologists to program managers. These guys do everything from, of course, the exploration itself to managing of the locals and those relationships, and the relationships with the government officials. So they're highly beneficial to us, and it allows us to go into the country and really have a turnkey operation while down there. Rio Negro. As I mentioned, this one was our first project in Argentina. It is the 500,000 hectares. Although it is spread over 3 provinces, there is an initial area of 50,000 hectares that have been explored in the past and have returned an average grade of 2% lithium. This area is highly desirable just because of the ease to work in it, the close proximity to towns, hospitals, restaurants, hotels, etc., as well as a workforce if we do need more, adds to the appeal of the area. As I mentioned, the average grade of sampling has been 2% down in this area, and that is due to the 17 trenches that have been completed. What we are waiting for now is we are just waiting for some permits to be granted, and then we will implement our plan to go back in and retrench these areas, do more sampling, do more mapping, and then step out from this 50,000 hectare area into the further 500,000 that we have. St. Louis. St. Louis is the one that we have 25% in. It has a vast amount of spodumene that you will see in pictures in a few moments. It's located approximately 1 hour from Mendoza. Mendoza is a major city in Argentina, so the infrastructure is absolutely fantastic, easy to get to, and not overly mountainous to be able to explore with ease. As you can see from some of these pictures, there's 3 kilometers of strength of lithium pegmatites that have been mapped in this area, and this is very typical of the area that you see within St. Louis, with vast amounts of spodumene showing at surface. The question is how much is there and how deep does it really go? Armstrong, Ontario is our Canadian project located just outside of Thunder Bay. As I mentioned, it's very close to GT1 and it's located in the Seymour Crescent Falcon lithium trend, known to have 13 different spodumene-bearing pegmatites. We have started a small work program starting in September to go and explore the area a little bit further, and we are simply just waiting for results to come out on this. Again, as you can see in the map, our project is the red star, the GT1 Seymour project with 9.9 million tons at 1% lithium and 5.2 million tons at 1.29% is at the yellow star, and there's several other players in the area, so I think there could be a potential for a consolidation of the area going forward. Berlin. Berlin is our Colombian deposit with the 20 million pounds of uranium at 0.1%. Significant work has been done on this. It is very close to power, port, rail, etc. And what we are looking at doing now is we're looking at improving some of the recoveries and working on some of the metallurgical results going forward on Colombia. So why green shift? Well, we're expanding into lithium, which is a very natural extension from the asset that we already had in Colombia, being uranium and other clean battery metals. We have an attractive opportunity to participate in today's rapid shift to go green. We think that the global macro picture is there, and we think that we fit the micro fundamentals. We have exposure to a possible district scale lithium discovery, both in Argentina and in Canada, for lithium. There's also the exposure to additional clean energy metals within Colombia. And of course, we're led by a strong team of balance between capital markets and technical expertise. Thank you very much.